What up, C2P News family? What up, C2P News family? It's me, boy. Look, man, my heart hurting right now. It hurts so bad. This racist country just can't seem to get it together. Every time you look up, it's something new. You know what I'm saying? We got chaotic leadership, reckless economic moves, and nonstop drama, escalating Iran conflict. Decisions are pushing America toward instability. We ain't even gonna get into the gas prices. You know what I'm saying? But America could be a great place, but there's people in America that want this country to go back in time. They wanted to go back into a time where colored folks, Indians, and Mexicans, I ain't gonna say Mexicans, but how do you say Latinos, people from South America. They want us to stay in our place, that our place is beneath them, that we subhuman, all this type of shit. That this is their country. That we don't have a place, we shouldn't have a voice, and it was wrong to give us a voice. And they want to go back to a time where we didn't have a voice. The Supreme Court, the racist Supreme Court, has thrown us back to the days of Jim Crow. I just got a question for my black people out there. Are y'all ready to put some action behind all the stuff y'all saying? Are you ready to get beat by ICE, beat by police, beat by military, to demand your respect, to demand your human rights, to demand that your voice be heard? Are you ready to go through what our ancestors went through? Because my handicapped ass surely is. I'm ready to die for it. Are you? You need to if you care about your children in this country. If you care about your grandchildren. If you care about your cousins, your nieces, your nephews, you should be ready to die about it. At least you could march about it. At least you could pray about it. And no, look, all the days of sitting on the sideline and watching and waiting for someone else to pick up the fight, that shit is over, man. You have to be willing to fight and die if you want rights in this country. You got to be willing to get out there and vote and face ICE, Customs Border Patrol, and the police department. You got to be ready to get out there and face these folks and cast your vote. You know what I'm saying? Louisiana, we got enough black voters to do a recall of the governor. We need to get his ass up out of here. The governor got to go. And we really need to do something about this racist Supreme Court that don't have ethics. Why Congress has ethics, rules. Why the Supreme Court don't have ethics rules? That's beyond me. You know what I'm saying? So we got a racist Supreme Court, we got a racist Republican Party, and we got a racist president. And his whole cabinet is full of racists. Mind you, these people are the minority. The racists in the country are the minority. They happen to be in charge of nuclear weapons, of the military, and writing the laws and passing the budgets. The only recourse we really have is to get out there and vote. I tell you something else we should do. We need to start boycotting these institutions, these stores. I know it's going to be hurt. I know it's going to hurt. Yeah, it's going to hurt. It's going to hurt to boycott some of these stores. You know what I'm saying? That support these candidates and these congressmen with campaign donations to push these racist laws and these racist agendas. You know, America could truly be the utopia of planet Earth, where everybody could come together and mingle and live life and be free. But we can't do that because this minority that is in charge of America wants to have a white ethno state. They're always hollering deport the Latinos. I want y'all to do some quick math. And please, in the comments, hey, Google, how many people did Donald Trump pledge to deport with his immigration crackdown?
Sorry, I don't understand.
Look, Google don't understand. Don't even want to answer the question. It's blacklisted now. Probably because the number of people he wants to deport, the only way you could deport that many millions of people is if you deported everyone that is not white from America. That's right. Every single person, whether they're born here, whether they're citizens or not, you would have to deport everyone that is not white from America. Why you think they really building all these ICE camps? Y'all better open your eyes, man. They want us back working in the fields and in the plants and in the factories. They want their slave force back. These companies are pushing that. You know, I actually grew up pretty sheltered from racism. I never saw much of it. I seen a little bit of prejudiceness, but full out racism like it's happening today, I've never seen that. They not hiding behind sheets no more. You know what I'm saying? They done took them sheets off, you heard me? They putting on suits and they going to the Capitol. You know, the Civil War was won, right? And they shook hands after. They stopped fighting. You know what I'm saying? And they went around, they went back to business as usual in the country, you know what I'm saying? And what happened? Well, the Confederacy joined the government. We allowed them to join the government. In my opinion, we should have branded every last one of them and made them ineligible for service to our country. Yeah, we should have branded them. The Confederacy is alive and strong. You saw the flags when they raided the Capitol. You see them when you roll down the streets. These people ain't going nowhere. They still living in those times in their mind. A lot of the people that support this bullshit, they don't have nothing going for themselves. So they latch on to an identity that they feel will elevate them, that gives them something to hate. You know what I'm saying? And that's why America can't be great, because America is full of hate. You too busy trying to tear down this great country to be a great country. It's really just disgusting to me. But all that bullshit they pulling, I don't believe it's going to work. I believe the majority of Caucasians in America are good people who are tired of this bullshit. Every time you look up, the Republican Party, the party who voted to free the slaves, is trying to put us back in chains. Why is that? Why is it the Republican Party that voted to free the slaves, who welcomed slaves to join the Union Army to fight against slavery, is fighting so hard to put us back in chains? If you know an answer to that, put it in the comments below. You know, I've always wondered, why is it that God allows this to be like that? But I ain't gonna question God. He got a plan. You know, all I can tell you is that this country, after Donald Trump is out of office, will be bankrupt, the laughing stock of the world. We will be a broken people with a broken spirit. Our military will be in ruins. Our cities are already in collapse. Our infrastructure is in collapse. Donald Trump, only infrastructure he's worrying about is in Washington, D.C. Meanwhile, the rest of the country is falling apart. We will be a sicker people than we are now, with RFK running the CDC and the Department of Health in general. That's hurting everybody. If you care about your family members or your fellow man at all, you better get your ass out there and vote. Vote for, I'm not going to tell you to vote Democrat. I'm not going to tell you to vote Republican. I'm going to tell you to vote for the candidate that can break this establishment and shatter it to pieces. You find that candidate in your city, your state, your local, and your national election that can and will destroy this racist system. Because if we don't, you're going to look up and we're going to be in chains again. And that goes for poor Caucasian Americans too. What you think is going to happen to you? You can be right there along in the fields with us. You can be right there inside these slave factories with us. And you might be inside the concentration camps getting incinerated and put to death like us. Why do you think Donald Trump and them want so hard to shoot people? This man is full of hate. He's a racist, he's a bigot, he's a misogynist. He's an adjudicated rapist. But that don't mean nothing to a minority of people. They don't care because he's supporting this racist agenda that makes them feel powerful. So either we're going to vote him out or this country is going to descend into violence. And that's what they really want. They really want us to descend into violence. They want us to hate our fellow man. They want neighbor against neighbor. They want chaos so they can declare martial law, suspend all the elections, and be in power forever. That's what the Republican Party wants. That's what this racist Republican Party has become. You know? Remember earlier I told you I grew up sheltered. I never really seen racism. I knew they said racist people, but I was like, government-wise, I figured the country had moved on. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, every now and then they pass some bullshit-ass laws, you know what I'm saying, or some shit like that. But now that I'm 44 years old, living in America, and I'm looking at what's going on, I can't believe my own eyes or ears. It's really sickening. And I see the young generation and the African American community not paying attention to what's going on, not caring. The generation 18 and up, I'm going to say 18 to 25, most of them aren't voting. And those are the people who could swing the whole election. All these rappers out here rap about this, rap about getting out there and vote, man. That's some real gangster shit right there. Put your name on the list. Yeah, put your name on the list. Vote for somebody. You heard me? Get them out of there. When I say get them out of there, I'm talking about these racist crackers. All white folks ain't racist crackers. I'm not racist. I just can't stand what's going on in this country, man. I'm scared for my own life. I'm scared for my own freedom. You know what I'm saying? Doing what I'm doing right now, making you politically aware, is making me a target. You know what I'm saying? It's making me a target. I don't have to do this. I can go play video games and chill and cut my grass or read a book or any number of things. My favorite activity is going fishing. I can go do that. I don't have to make this. I'm moved to make these videos, whether they get 1 view or 2 views or even no views at all. I'm moved to make these videos. I strongly suggest that everyone who encounters my video register to vote. Register if you're not registered. And if you are registered, check to make sure you're still registered, especially in the state of Louisiana and any other Republican state, because they handed over their voter rolls to the federal government, DOJ, and they're reviewing the voters, and they only want people that's going to vote for the right party, or should you say, you know what I'm saying, the Republican Party. The people who are going to elect the right leaders, like Kristi Noem said. They only want the right type of voters. So now they're determining what the right type of voter is. And to them, the right type of voter is someone who's going to vote for the Republican Party blindly. The Gestapo are going to be out there harassing people, making it difficult, making it scary. I just sighed. Then you got this Iran war shit. That's really just a distraction. They don't want us talking about the Epstein files. They also don't want us talking about the Supreme Court ruling. So be sure that there's going to be more distractions. You know, I call that election interference. You know, and then this gerrymandering, I mean, it just don't stop. It just doesn't stop. They don't even want us to represent ourselves. They saying they know what's best for us. They don't know what's best for their goddamn selves, because this racism shit ain't what's best for them. It isn't what's best for this country either. What's best for them and this country is to unite and shed all the hatred from the past. Like, what is racism actually accomplishing you? What are you getting from that other than the hate itself? What is it accomplishing for you? Is it making you any richer? Is it making you any safer? I doubt it's making you safer. Walk outside and go find you some black people and start calling them niggas and see how safe you are. You know, so this racism ain't making you safer. It's not making you richer. It's not making you healthier. And the damn show ain't making you smarter. So what is it that it's doing for you? What does racism do for you? Black or white? What does racism do for you? I don't know. I can't understand it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what's wrong with these people that in America. But I know how to cure it. We cure it by voting these people out. We purge them out. And honestly, we should not allow anyone who espouses racist beliefs or actions to serve in our government. We can start there. We should start branding these people. We should brand them. We should brand the racists as racist, and we need to amend it to where racist people can't run for any type of office. Go through their Facebooks, go through their Instagrams, go through all their social media posts. Go through their friends, go through their neighbors. and see how they treat people. And if you have, we need to have an ethics board for voting, for who can vote. We need to have an ethics board for who can vote. So racist people can't vote. You know what I'm saying? Misogynistic people can't vote. Bigoted people, not vote. I'm sorry, can't be elected. Excuse me. They can't be elected. They can't run for office. You know what I'm saying? We don't need hate-filled people inside our government at all. You want to hate? Go hate. Go hate. Man, look, all I can tell you, we either gonna come together as a country and fix this racism, or we're gonna come together as a country and burn the country down. And y'all know my standpoint. C2P, countdown to the purge. Personally, I think that's what's needed. I think we need to tear down every monument to this corrupt nation. If it don't stand for freedom and actual justice for all people, we should tear it down. We should tear it down. And we need to label these traitors to freedom, traitors to democracy. We need to label them. And we need to label them and mark them in such a way, like a scarlet letter, that they are ostracized from our communities, from our civil way of living. And let them go off to their little communities somewhere and live amongst themselves and talk about how much they hate niggers or Indians or Eskimos or anybody that's not white like them. That's all I got for now, man. We're going to talk about this Iran war in the next video. C2P News, man. Please like, comment, subscribe. That's what I got for you for right now. Shit just sickening.